All right, let's jump right in. There is so much buzz, so much money pouring into agentic AI right now. I mean, businesses everywhere are scrambling to deploy these autonomous digital workers, hoping they'll completely change the game. But, and this is a big but, there's a huge gap between all that hype and what it actually takes to make this work at scale. And just look at the adoption numbers. They are absolutely wild. We're seeing data that says 79%, nearly 8 out of 10 organizations, are already using AI agents in some way. So yeah, this train has definitely left the station.
But hang on a second. A recent Gartner prediction just throws a massive wrench into all of this. They're forecasting that over 40% of these big, ambitious AI projects, they're going to get canceled by 2027. Just canceled. Poof.
So that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? Why this massive disconnect? You've got this insane rush to adopt on one hand, and this dire prediction of failure on the other. What on earth is going on here?
Well, it turns out the problem isn't really the AI technology itself. The real issue is that we're trying to manage something revolutionary using these ancient, dusty rule books. The old IT management frameworks, they just weren't built for this, not even close.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Think about it. On one side, you have traditional IT management. Their databases, the CMDs, are, let's be honest, almost always incomplete. And the budgets? They're often just these opaque black boxes. Now compare that to how we manage people in HR. Employee records are accurate. You know exactly who owns what. And costs? They're tied directly to a specific team's P&L. One is a total mess. The other is crystal clear.
And that brings us to the core idea in the source material we're looking at today. It's a really powerful and, actually pretty intuitive paradigm shift in how we need to think about all this.
And here it is. This is the whole thing right here. Treat AI agents like employees, not like applications. The moment you make that one simple mental switch, everything else just starts to click into place. It's the key, the absolute foundation for building an AI strategy that's scalable, secure, and actually makes financial sense.
So that sounds good in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, the framework is broken down into 5 really practical pillars. Let's walk through them step by step. Okay, pillar 1. Instead of writing up some dense technical spec, you write a job description, just like for a person. This forces the business teams to get super clear on what the agent is actually supposed to do. What are its core responsibilities? Where are the boundaries? And maybe most importantly, how are you going to measure its performance? This becomes a blueprint that everyone, not just the techies, can actually understand. Next up, you manage the agent's growth like it's a career path, not just a software update. An agent might start out as an intern with read-only access, just observing. Once it proves itself, maybe it gets promoted to an individual contributor that can create and update things. And from there, it could become a subject matter expert or even a manager that orchestrates other agents. Each level comes with very specific, pre-approved permissions. It's a brilliant way to build trust over time.
All right, let's talk about the money. Right now, AI costs are usually just buried deep inside some massive, vague IT budget. This new way of thinking says, nope, not anymore. You need transparent cost tracking, exactly like you have for an employee. You break out the cost for the agent's license, for the compute power it's using, and for all its ongoing maintenance and training. And why does that matter so much? Because the whole point is to get to genuine ROI transparency. If you don't know the true cost, you have no way of knowing if your AI investment is actually paying off. You can't tell if a digital worker is more efficient than the human role it's helping. It all boils down to this. Clear costs give you a clear understanding of value. Period. What about security? This is huge. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel and build some new, complicated security system, the framework says to just leverage the identity and access management, or IAM, systems you already have for your human employees. It's genius. Each AI agent gets its own unique digital ID. You use your existing role-based access rules to give it permissions. And every single thing it does is logged in an audit trail tied to that ID. It's secure, it's proven, and it scales.
And finally, where do you keep track of all these digital employees? Not in some IT database that's probably out of date, but in your human resources management system, the system of record for your people. Doing this means every agent has a clear owner, a manager. It's assigned to a specific department and cost center. And it has a managed lifecycle from the day it's hired to the day it's retired.
So, when you put all 5 of these pillars together, what do you get? You get a clear, practical, actionable path to take AI out of the realm of little experiments and turn it into a fully integrated, scaled part of your actual workforce. And I mean, it is actionable. This isn't just theory. The source material lays out a super clear 4-phase roadmap. You start with the foundation, setting up your templates and governance. Then you run a small-scale pilot. You take what you learn from that pilot to inform how you scale things up before you enter this ongoing cycle of optimization and measuring your impact. It just makes sense.
So if you're a leader watching this, the takeaways are pretty straightforward. First, always start with the business problem, not the shiny new tech. Second, get your governance team, HR, finance, IT, the whole crew, together from day one. Third, invest in training your human managers to lead these new hybrid teams. And finally, be absolutely disciplined about costs right from the start.
And that really leaves us with one final, very powerful question to think about. As you go down your own AI path, you have to ask yourself this. Are you just building another collection of apps for your IT portfolio? Or are you strategically hiring and managing the future of your workforce? Because the answer to that question is going to determine everything.